welcome everyone. Today we are going to talk about 3D shapes. Okay, so for our 3D shapes, we need to keep in mind that those are shapes that we can hold and touch and that you can see in real life. It's not just a drawing, but we can also use drawings to represent those shapes. Now, this is a cube. You can also have seen this in a dice, or you could have seen a box that looks just like this with all squares around it. So this is a cube. Let's count the faces. Remember that the faces are the flat surfaces of a shape. So let's hold our cube like this and let's start counting. Remember that we count around the shape. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the back, and then we have 1 on top and then 1 at the bottom. So it is how many faces? 6 faces. 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to count the edges. Let's count the edges. Remember that the edges is where 2 faces meet. So 2 flat surfaces meet at the edge. So the top is a face, the bottom side is a face. So this point right here where they meet, that is an edge right here. So this is an edge. So let's count it. First, let's hold it at the bottom and count the edges from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. Now let's hold it at the top and count the bottom ones. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 edges so far, but there's also edges coming from the top to the bottom. So 9, 10, 11, and one more is 12. 12 edges are on the cube. Let's look at the sphere. The sphere does not have any flat faces. So if it doesn't have flat faces, it cannot have edges. There's no 2 flat faces that are meeting. And also, there's no vertices. A vertice is where 3 flat faces meet. So, for instance, on the cube, we have 1 flat face, 2 flat faces, 3 flat faces, and they meet right here. It's a corner. So let's count the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. We hold it from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. 8 vertices, 8 corners. Okay. Now we're going to have a very special kind of shape. This is a cone. It has only 1 flat face. So 1 face. The rest is a curved surface. It can roll. But even though it doesn't have 3 flat faces that meet, it does have 1 vertex. It's right here at the top. So it's a very special shape. It has 1 vertex. It meets in 1 point right here. So that is a 1, 1, and 0 edges. No edges. You might think that this is an edge because it's where the curved surface and the flat face meet. But an edge is only where 2 flat faces meet. So this has no edges. Also, a cylinder has 2 flat faces. Let's look at the bottom and the top. Both of them are flat, but they are not touching each other. So since they're not touching, there's no edge. These right here are not called edges. That is not the name of this side of the cylinder. So no edges. No edges. Does it have any corners or vertices? Does not. So no vertices, no edges, but it does have 1, 2 flat faces. Make sure that when you are counting your faces and edges today and your vertices, that you put the shape on your hand like this and start counting at the top and then count the bottom and don't count anything 2 times. So make sure you're only counting every edge, every face, every corner 1 time. Have fun.